Video sama kalau video
No one.
Yes.
You are.
Yes. ได้ยัง
ได้แล้วค่ะ ได้แล้วหยิบขึ้นให้ที่ทำเรียง
วันนี้เห็นน้ำวันเล็กเนี่ยมันเป็นขี้ดินจับเลยเนี่ยผมหัวกินผมก็เลยเป็นวันนี้ที่นั้นเป็นดินพงเราคุยกันที่เราคุยกันเป็นดินที่ไม่เอาเวลาเรียนธรรมชาติแต่ว่าที่เสียใส่ตัววันได้จ้ะได้ยุ่งมั้ง
Respect to the citizens and then honors to the Mahasangha. So today's last session is Hamato, so which is also part of the PARMI and Sanskrit International Bhikshu Exchange Program. So in this program, after my speech, our speaker will introduce our exchange program. But in our exchange program, we have 5 objectives and 4 agenda. From the 4 agenda, the first one is a conference, and the second one is the spiritual practice, and the third one is the receiving different monasteries, learning the culture, and the fourth one is engaging with the society. So from that fourth agenda, so we are organizing this today's talk. So we're trying to share what we learned within this our exchange program, and also we want to share from the both traditions, from the Pali tradition side and the Sanskrit tradition side, to share the motto. So because of that reason, we try to organize this beginning session for the motto. So then I will invite our first speaker, Pragya, and he is also main coordinator from Thailand, and he's the first exchange, second, and third, and fourth. So I will invite him to share about the exchange program, the introduction of the Pali and Sanskrit International Exchange program. I pay respect to the people joined, and I pay respect to all of our Sangha gathered here today from every tradition, that we practice together under the teachings of our Lord Buddha, our Shakyamuni Buddha. So my name is Mahayano and I'm from Thailand. And I'm going to be sharing the experiences and the learning that we have been uh, developing for the last few years of our exchange program briefly so that our guests here can have some understanding of what we've been doing in the last 2 years. I'm speaking here today because I have been joining this program since the first year, so I have some experience of what has happened. Um, the event that we are together here today, we have been chanting the important chantings from the Pali tradition and the Sanskrit tradition. And this is quite common to engage with each other's tradition through chanting, through seeing what the other tradition has been practicing. But just by chanting together, actually, we have some inspiration, but we don't really understand the teaching. We don't have any idea of what we have been chanting or what the Buddha actually taught or supposed to give instructions for us to practice. So in this exchange program, what has happened is that we have been able to live together and the important teachings that have been passed on throughout our different traditions can be clarified, can be explained. So each year we have several academic discussions to share or to present the different angles of the teachings in each tradition. We started off the first year by talking a lot about the Vinaya because that is kind of the first encounter. We want to really understand what each other's tradition has been practicing in terms of Vinaya. And once we have understood that actually our Vinaya is almost the same, at least no more than 95% of what we practice in our Vinaya can be understood in each other's tradition. And then after that, we started to discuss about other topics, like the understanding of emptiness, or the understanding of what is the foundational practice, or what is samadhi, or what is wisdom. So all of these topics has been slowly introduced throughout the years that we have been talking and conversing between traditions. And what has happened is that times we have some introduction, but it created more confusion because by talking about a vast and deep teachings of the Buddha in a very short time, sometimes the deeper meanings cannot really be expressed. So during our tea break, coffee break, in the morning, we have discussions outside of the main agenda. Throughout the 3 months or 2 months that we stay together, the topics that we discuss outside of the main academic discussions have been very fruitful, and it has cleared away many misunderstandings between our different traditions. And what we found is that we are more alike than different. Some of the teachings or the practice that we see from the outside as different, when you look at the core principles of the teachings and the practice, we find that we can really come together. Many times I've heard my friends in the Thai Sangha saying that, oh, what they're speaking actually is very simple. It's very much the same as what we are practicing. It's nothing new. And actually that is a good sign. That once we create more understanding, more conversation, we find that what we are teaching and practicing is actually very similar. The teachings can look different but have the same principles. And the way that we practice may look different from the outside, but we also have the same principles. But we're not trying to make every teaching the same. There are also different angles of how the teachings can be emphasized in each tradition. And that would be what we explore further during the years that we come together. I've heard from our Tibetan monastics that when they visit us in Thailand, a lot of the experiential activities that we offered were very profound and very eye-opening for them. For example, we introduced the practice of alms rounds, going bintabat, begging for food in the morning. Many Tibetans monastics expressed that this brings them joy, and they said like we are back in the Buddha's time where this is happening, but it is not. It's not visible in the Tibetan tradition, in the snowy mountains of Tibet. It's impossible for you to go underground in the morning. And you can experience that in our tradition, in Thailand, in Sri Lanka, and later on in Myanmar, in Laos, in Cambodia, and we also showed the ordination process that happens in Thailand when you visit it. So many of these tradition is still carried out in our tradition, and that is what can be experienced during these kind of exchange programs. So each year, during the 15 days visit in each country, this is what has been presented. And every year when we visited the Tibetan tradition, we were introduced to the Shedra system of the Tibetan tradition, where the depth of wisdom in the teachings is taught within that tradition for almost more than 20 years. We have seen Tibetan monks debate every day, continuously, and that is very, very impressive for us. See how much you debate, how much you engage deeply in the conversation, and then after that you come back to meditation and experience that experientially. So these kind of practices and the methods of teachings is very impressive for us to learn about. So these are some the activities that has happened in the past few years of our exchange program. And what we found eventually is that every tradition teach us to see the sufferings of samsaric life and teach us to have faith in the triple gems, the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Teach us to learn how to practice so that our mind be more stable, and that is kind of shamatha practice. And every tradition teaches us to look deeply at our mind and at the situations of natural phenomena, which is vipassana, to look at things deeply. And these practice of shamatha and vipassana can be practiced in many different varieties of methods. We can have many skillful means to do these practices to the fruition of those practices. So it is very beneficial for us to come together and see that we practice under the same principles, but we also have many different styles of practice to suit different capacities of persons, different intentions of their practice, and bring about the same result, which is liberation from suffering and liberation from samsaric indulgence. So I hope that my brief sharing of what we have been practicing throughout the last 3 years can bring about some glimpse of what we would be going through in the next few months. And this year, our program will start very soon. We're going to Sarnath, and then we're going to South India to visit the Tibetan great monasteries in the southern part of India again. So I would like to express my gratitude to His Holiness Dalai Lama for initiating this program and for all of our hosts throughout the years that has been organizing this event so that it's possible for us to come together, and all of our supporters that make this exchange possible. And this year especially, I would like to share with you that a lot of work has been done from our Royal Thai Temple to organize this event today behind the scenes. So I would like to really express my gratitude and thanks to our Chief Abbot and all of our Thai monks who have organized this whole event for all of us here today. So I would really express my gratitude for the program and thank you. And I hope that this continues for the Buddha Dhamma in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the wonderful sharing and the experience which you gained through the 3 years of exchange program. I hope that you also understand the importance of this exchange program and then how much the knowledge will gain and how much the misunderstanding and misunderstanding will dispel, the true understanding of what misunderstanding and understanding of each other. So we come together as the speaker and everyone will say. So Once again, thank you very much, Reverend Mahayaho, for sharing. So next, I will invite to share Poonam to share his experience through these 3 years about the vaccine program from the Sanskrit side.
Ano mo po? Tingnan niyo ang video. Yes.
Yeah. I pay my homage to the Triple Gems, and then I pay respect to all the Mahasanghas who are gathered here from different nationalities and different countries. My name is Mr. Sonalande, and I have been participating in this exchange program for the last 3 years, and this is the fourth year. From the very beginning, I have been translating the discussions wherever the word came in the conversations in the conferences from the very first year up to now. And so before today, I'm asked to share some experiences of joining in this exchange program. So before I joined in this exchange program, actually and frankly, in my mind, I have an image of the bhikkhus from the Theravada side. For example, in Tibetan society, we normally call the Theravada monks as yellow bhikkhus because of the outer appearance. So whenever we talk about the yellow bhikkhus, some image comes in my mind about the fat monks who are roaming around here in Bodh Gaya and somewhere. That image is not a good one because that image creates something like those yellow people are not engaging in practices of the Vinaya and not following the rules that are exactly taught by our Buddha. So that is one misconception, right? As well as some other misconceptions, maybe there among other traditions followers as well. But I don't know whether you have towards Tibetan Buddhist followers. Maybe you have some misconceptions too. Uh, but after joining in this exchange program, even within 15 days of the first very year, we had a deep discussion about the Vinaya, beginning from the ordination. Then we go step by step about the ordination, this process of the ordination. At that time, we found everything was almost similar. As Mahayana already mentioned about 95%. Yes, that is true. We found that more than 95% of the Vinaya, what you have been practicing and what we have been practicing for 1,000 years. So it's very, very similar. And so within that period of 15 days, the result came out within the first year is very was very amazing, extraordinary. Because after the program, they have to depart for each other's country. So at that time, departure, we on the Tibetan side, see all. We see all the other participants from Sri Lanka as well as from the Thai side. At that time, automatically tears roll down from the cheeks, from all the sides. Most of the participants had their tears rolled down from the cheeks automatically. So those tears are not ordinary tears. Those tears are deep understanding of each other's tradition, each other's way of practice about the Buddhism. So those, I think, I consider those chairs are very valuable chairs. No? And so we also have that same feelings. So that is one result. I think that's one great result, even within 15 days. Then we continue to carry on such discussions about not only about the Vinaya, then we develop more about the samadhi or concentration. Then again we went deeper into the scope of the wisdom of Pragya from all the traditions. Then afterwards, in the second year and the third year, even we try to discuss more about the Pragya in terms of the tantric system that what we had in Tibet for the last 1,000 years. So that is not only created by Tibetans. The lineage we can trace back to the Buddha's own time, and we can find good sources, real sources of the Buddha's own teachings about Tantra itself. So we introduce all those things to our Theravadic brothers, and as well as to sisters of lay people, and also nuns from Thai side. So these are, I think, good results that were created through this such exchange programs. So actually, this exchange program was initiated by His Holiness Dalai Lama in December of 2022 in the Thai temple, just backside of, just in front side of the Mahabhodhi, this Mahabhodhi stupa there. So in which His Holiness had the vision of our Lord Buddha in giving His Holiness Dalai Lama one chocolate. So we think that that is a very great sign of this exchange program, which can bring all the other traditions, all traditions of the Buddhist community all over the world into one Sangha member or Sangha community. Just like today, we all came as one. But the appearance is quite different because Tibetans maybe seem to be red bhikkhu and Theravadic monks maybe seem to be yellow bhikkhu. But that is from the outer side.